I was at home getting ready for work. My husband had already left for work that morning, so I was home with my 6-year-old son. All of a sudden I got very, very hot. I've never been that hot before in my whole entire life.
When she got out of the shower, she was like, She just went to the couch and laid down, and then she just called 911, and then she couldn't talk anymore, so I talked to them. They asked me if she was still breathing.
They told me they thought I was having a panic attack. I don't have anxiety. I have no reason to be panicking. I was doing my daily routine. They took me to the hospital.
I get to the hospital and lots of the nurses that were around her had their hands over their mouths. Some were crying, and I knew something really bad was happening.
My cardiologist said, it looks like your LAD, your left anterior descending artery, has dissected. If we try to put a stent in, you will die. We have to take you to surgery. And then I really lost it. I just told him I was very scared. I said, this is heart surgery. There's nothing else we can do. And he said, no, this is it. We have to do this, and we have to do this now. And I just told him before I went out that please don't let me die, because I have a little boy at home to raise, and he's my only son.
So I signed the paper. They wheel her past me. She said, Tony, I'm gonna die. This is it, I'm gonna die. I know I'm gonna die. And then they wheeled her through some doors, and that was it. The next bit of news I got was a doctor came out in scrubs to the waiting room. He told me that what she had was a very severe heart attack, that 80% of most people don't survive, and that I should probably prepare myself for life without her. You just can't grasp it. You just can't grasp it. One day you have your wife, and the next moment you might not. Deep down in my heart, I always felt that she was going to make it, that I never lost that hope. 9.5 hours go by. They tell me she survived, and that she's going to the ICU, and then in a couple hours I could go see her.
When I first woke up in the ICU, my husband was there, and I just started crying. It was a great feeling to wake up. I went from knowing that I was going to die, and all I could think about was my son.
He had to see her. There was just no way, two ways about it. He had to see his mom.
There was 4 nurses, I think, and then there was this big computer, and then it was going beep, beep, beep every second, and then my mom was still asleep, and then she woke up. I just saw her in there, and I was like, hi mom, hi mom, hi mom, about a million times. I told her that I loved her very, 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 very much.
My surgeon just told me that he doesn't really have an explanation as to why I survived, because I shouldn't have. And the type of thing that happened to me, they typically find on autopsy.
After something as devastating as this happens, there's just really a lot of good that happens. There's a lot of things that make you see the bigger picture. There's a lot of things that make you say, wow, I'm really thankful. I'm really thankful this happened. Now this happened. Now we're gaining momentum. Now I think we can make it through this.
If I said it's not the first thing I think about when I wake up and the last thing I think about when I go to bed, that would be a lie, because it is. And I think about it all day. So I have to try really hard to focus on today, and today I'm doing okay, and maybe tomorrow I won't, but And that's my story.
The money that people get to the Heart Association helps save lives every day. They save mothers, daughters, sons, fathers, aunts, uncles, and grandparents. All that money it doesn't go to waste. It's something worth giving to.
I didn't realize until this happened to me how much the Heart Association does, how much money they put into research, how much money they put into education and funding and things like that. So I would say if you're able to donate anything, any amount helps. Every dollar helps.